Hello, everyone.
Hey, Facebook. Hey, Instagram.
How's it going, guys? It's our Monday morning marketing and coffee, and today we are chatting about company culture. Who else wants to improve their company culture? Company culture, to me, is a very powerful way to get longevity with your employees. And I'm just going to start with a crazy stat. It can take up to half of an employee's yearly salary to replace that employee. So replacing employees, and if you're part of a team, replacing yourself is very expensive. So it's better to just get better about helping people be happy at work. And we believe it's very possible to be happy at work. I think that it's not that much of a long shot to enjoy your work. And that's a big piece to why I started Hook Agency, because I don't think it's that crazy to like your work. However, it is pretty hard, in my opinion, to make a company culture that's super effective, fun, also gets results at the same time, because it's kind of a balance back and forth sometimes with making it a fun place to work and then also getting results, right? Because you want to have like a team that's driven and acts with urgency and creates value. So 5 things to improve company culture this week. I'll let Tracy start with the first one.
Yeah, the first one has been super helpful. And again, so before we jumped on this, Tim and I were talking about, we recognize that we're not perfect here, and we're on this journey to make this company a much better place. And I think it's important to hear that, 2 years ago, it was just you? 3 years ago, it was just you?
A little bit over 2 years ago, it was just me. And then 2 years ago, it was me and Bia.
And now we're, hiring the 10th person. So there's been a lot of growth here.
Hey, news. He accepted the offer, by the way.
Right on.
Woo! So
All right.
10th person.
That's exciting to hear.
We're super excited. We're super excited to have a new developer on and cannot wait.
I like it. I'm not going to say who it is, but we're excited to have you on board. You know who you are.
Yeah.
All right. So the first thing that we do every Monday is weekly one-on-ones. So this, as an employee, I find it super beneficial because I get the opportunity, I get a little bit of one-on-one time with Tim, my boss, to talk about what's working well, what the plans are for the week, where I need support. It gives me the opportunity to kind of clue Tim into what's going on, not only my work life, but what also is going on in my personal life, so that, I've got a couple kids and I'm married. And so that is almost like having a part-time job in itself. And so I'm, being able to be in sync with what's going on in both my work and my home life makes me a more effective employee, because I'm on the clock 24/7.
So I often ask, in those 30 minutes, I talk about personal life, your goals, your vision for your future and your career. And I think it's very useful for us to kind of create a company culture where the employees respect us, etc. And I think, for you, if you're an employee, one of the principles here is get some time with your boss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I do think that getting some time with the person you directly report to and spending some time with them that's not always just business focus is really good. So I do think creating that kind of relationship with your boss is super important. And if you have a team, trying to figure out how can we check in on a regular basis, not just when things are bad, but check in with our employees and make sure that they're good, see how their personal life is, all that kind of stuff, I think is absolutely crucial. The second one, 5 ways to improve company culture, weekly level 10. So if there's one thing I think small business owners should put in place if they don't have a lot of processes and systems for accountability, is the weekly level 10. So level 10 meeting just means everybody brings their full self. Maybe you put the computers away and maybe you just absolutely focus on your goals for the week. We do it Monday morning at 9:30 a.m., 9:30, because we have, millennials that's kind of streaming a little bit. But honestly, it's extremely crucial to have a meeting where everybody gets on track pretty regularly. And if you don't have this, I think it's the one thing a small business, anybody from 3 to 20 people could do to really up the productivity of their team, you say, okay, well, it's an hour. And I think, like, we have a lot of construction companies, small businesses that listen to this stuff. So an hour out of our day, it's productivity, it's bad. It's 10 hours if we have 10 people, right?
Yeah.
No, because all these little issues that come up during the week that are gonna hit you over the head anyways, you get them all out on the table and you address them. And that's where the efficiency comes in. Yes, it's an hour. Yes, that's 10 hours if you have 10 people, but there's tons of efficiency because you can all have these discussions. You make sure to bring out any problems and try to get solutions to them in that meeting. You talk about goals, which increases productivity because there's accountability around goals. And that would be my thing on weekly level 10. Biggest thing you can possibly do if you're a small business and you don't have this in place. Next one.
Yeah, being more selective with the clients that you work with. As an employee, I think this is super exciting, super helpful, because each and every day you're coming to work and you want to do work for people that you like and respect, and people that like and respect you. So I think as a business, this is very difficult, but I think we're in a very fortunate situation. We're in marketing and we get a ton of leads. And so we can be more selective about the types of clients that we bring on. And so I would say that
you can talk through your objections to this too, because talk me through this, because I know it's difficult as the person making the sales to be more selective.
Yeah.
So what are your objections to this? Let's knock them out so that we can really that we can actually talk through stuff of substance to people.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, as a salesperson, I want to get every sale that I can. I mean, I'm incentivized to make as many sales as possible.
So that's the thing. You got salespeople that are incentivized on that. But I think for me, the kind of addressing that objection, you understand that especially if your salespeople are incentivized for the life of the sale, that we're talking about long-term, loyal, recurring business if you're selective, right? Because you want long-term business. Because, for instance, if you have clients that just stay for a couple months, that's not profitable, right? In our situation, because we are able to create a lot more compounding value over time if they work with us that way, and your commissions stay recurring for longer too. So just to be transparent about that, if you're talking with people that are selling for your company or marketing or whatever, it's important to recognize the ideal clients and really outline what that looks like, because it's really good for your business if people stay longer, right? And no matter what, if you're in a service-based business, particularly if the thing you're selling is expensive, you want loyalty. And that loyalty is where longer term value on both sides of the relationship is created.
And why is this good for company culture? I mean, ultimately, again, as a sales professional, I want to earn, a longer term commission, but also I want my team that I work with each and every day to like the clients that we're working with, to like what they're doing. So I think it's super helpful to know that I work for a team that values good working relationships.
Yeah, and just to that point, if you have clients that your employees are not enjoying working with, it's difficult, right? Because your most important thing, and we talked about this morning on the podcast as well, but I'll be a little repetitive here. There is a piece to this that employees are a lot harder to find. Good employees are a lot harder to find than just the next new client. So it's really important to make sure that those employees are happy. Like I said, turnover is extremely expensive, and that should be why you're selective. So you're not spending all that money replacing employees constantly. If you can get this down, I don't know, this to me seems like a lot more scalable of a business than even 6 months ago when I didn't realize how important company culture was. So I'm sharing the journey. I've made a lot of mistakes. I'm sharing those mistakes hopefully with you guys along the way. And let's talk about the next one here.
Sure. Clear core values. Man, this is huge. Not only clear core values, but core values that are real, that you actually implement, that you hire and fire on. Everybody in this company knows what our 3 core values are. Tim?
Wait, what are they? Okay. Humble, scrappy, and results driven.
And we joke about that, and because anybody can ask anybody at any time what our core values are. It's something we repeat each and every Monday at our L10 meetings. And this provides a filter for our team when it comes to hiring new employees. You know, is this person humble? Are they going to get the job done? Are they, you know, results driven? And are they scrappy? Are they resourceful? Are they willing to do what it takes to help our clients out? And I think when everybody's looking through the same lens of, is this person going to be a good teammate? It can really cut through a lot of BS really quickly.
I really like what somebody's saying on Instagram. Hey, how's it going? Thank you so much for contributing to the conversation. Employee engagement, right? We know that that's important. We have a client that's a leadership consultant, Sikora Consulting in Minneapolis. So you guys check them out. They talk a lot about employee engagement. What is not engaging to employees? Having core values that are corporate BS that no one actually uses, right? Yeah. What is engaging is saying things that even are a little bit spicy in your core values, in my opinion. So scrappy, some people might take that as a bad thing, and honestly, that's great. I think that if you have core values that actually turn some people off, you're doing well, right?
Yeah.
Because you need something that really cuts through. You know, I talk about the pointy point of view. You want to have something pointy that really either gets people excited or turns people off. You want to have a pointy point of view. You want to have a strong bend in a direction that actually turns half the people off and turns half the people on. That's powerful. Keeping your employees engaged, I really appreciate that point, is super important. And we know that we're trying. I don't know if I have employee engagement down that well. However, I am definitely trying. And I think core values, having 3 pointy core values that turn some people off, turn some people on, I think is powerful.
Absolutely.
And then the last one we're going to talk about is better incentive structures. So I was just talking to a private equity guy this past week, and he was talking about the things that they do when they go into a company to try to make them more valuable over, you know, a 5-year span. They keep the business owner on, and then they try to keep pushing up the value, the 5% every year until they sell. And you know, it's kind of like a flipping a house. You have to add value in the meantime to create a stronger company, a stronger sellable item. And a big piece to their change is often around incentive structures and making sure that those incentive structures are better. Now, we do profit sharing and things like that with our employees because we know that they have an effect over how profitable we are and how much we retain clients. So in a way, it's building in that incentive to have really good customer service along the way. Because if they believe that they will benefit from that, you know, we like to say, oh yeah, my salary's enough. You know, I think as an employee, you know, if I get a raise, I'll be good. But when your actual money, day to day, month to month, can be increased if you retain clients, that's a powerful way to give you that, you know, that Pavlov's dog, that immediate reaction benefit to keeping on clients and things like that. So changing incentive structures to be more based around what will actually get your employees engaged for digital freedom over here on Instagram and keep you guys profitable. So company culture seems important. It might be important. Is it important?
Someone told me it was important.
Somebody told me it was important too. So I guess we're just the ones telling you guys it's important, even though we're not perfect at it.
No.
We're not perfect at it, but you know, along the way, as we're trying to learn this stuff, we're going to share it. And I believe company culture is important. I believe it's more than just the fun stuff. We have a cheese club. We have a cheese club. Cody's.
That's not company culture. That's a result of company culture.
Yeah, Cody's making breakfast this morning. I'm super excited about. I'm hoping to start smelling it soon. But besides that, company culture is like the trust,
Absolutely.
the autonomy to do what you believe is right for your clients, for your customers, and really pushing in that direction, having clear core values, clear goals. And what else is company culture, man? Company culture goes deeper than the fun stuff, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think, we talked about this before we hopped on live. I mean, a lot of it is around trust. You hired me because I'm an adult, and, there are times and situations where you need to trust that I'm doing what I'm doing, or say I'm doing, even though I might not be in the office.
And you have to trust us as business owners, Bia and I, that we're going to make the right decisions by you that are really for the betterment of the group and really pushing in the right direction, that we'll take action against if there's a client that does something that's disrespectful to our employees, that we'll take action there. So like there's trust on both sides, right?
Absolutely. Trusting the process, yeah. Trusting the vision, taking time to slow down every now and then so that you can speed up. That involves trust on both sides.
And we hope that you guys are enjoying your work. We hope that there's a little bit of company culture emphasis in your company. Thank you so much for joining us for the live.
Thanks, everybody.
And have a great week. Do a little bit more of what you love this week, because if you're passionate about what you're doing, the work's going to be better, and you're going to have the ability to push through when it's difficult. And when it's difficult, that's where the rubber hits the road, and that's where it can be very powerful, because you'll get your second wind, and you'll keep on moving, and that persistence is what creates powerful results. So you guys have a great week. Have a good one.
Everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for joining.